Happy Friday, powerful leaders. I hope you had an amazing week. Today's guest, she started her own coaching company and became a self made millionaire by age 31. She's such an inspiration and she specializes in offer development, high ticket sales, scaling strategies, and mindset and management skills for accelerated business growth. And I've been following her ever since I started my coaching journey. And I'm so grateful, so blessed that she agreed to be interviewed on the show. And I cannot wait for you to hear what we talked about in this episode. And we really dove deep about realigning your intuition and choosing what story to believe in and truly seeing the evidence of your thought being true and honoring your needs. And it's such an important conversations to have, in this space. So yeah, I cannot wait for you to hear it. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe. Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful that you're loving the show. And yeah, if you have a guest that you would like for me to interview, if you would like to be interviewed on the show, feel free to DM me on Instagram at anapatricia.coach. Your opinion matters to me, and I'm open to any feedback, anything that you would like for me to cover in the next episodes. And yeah, I'm so excited. So let's do it. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Ana Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here today with Elaina. Hey, girl.
Hi, so happy to be here today.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're on. So feel free to share with us who you are, what you do, and what got you into what it is that you do.
Great. My name is Elaina Ray, and I'm a business strategist and online educator in the field of entrepreneurship and helping people who have online service-based businesses to grow, scale, and have time, energy, financial freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived in Bali for the last 5 years. I just moved to Austin. And sometimes when I tell people I'm a business strategist who's been living in Bali, they kind of get it that I'm like this bridge between, a lot of my clients are
Mm-hmm.
those healers, thought leaders, consciousness experts, people who can reprogram the way you think and believe things about the world, but
Mm-hmm.
don't have the sales and marketing. And one of the things that we really have focused on over the years is helping people better communicate those type of
Mm-hmm.
services that are really like intangible, spiritual, ethereal, and bring it down to the real world so that people want to get out their
Mm-hmm.
credit cards and actually pay you. And then we have a very long track record of helping our
Yeah.
clients do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, I saw your move. I was like, wow, she's coming back to the States. Like, so how was the move for you? Like, was it a big shock or?
I flipped. I mean, I literally like one day I was very committed to living in Bali. I had just done a big real estate investment. I had bought land, built a huge villa, and I was,
Yeah.
I'm going to really plant roots and be here. And then
Mhm.
one day, I literally just kind of woke up and was like, this isn't it. This isn't my truth. This isn't the thing. Like, this is great, but it's not where I'm going to grow into my next 5 to 10 years. And I felt a very strong
Mm.
calling to move to Austin, and I had never been here before. I'd never even been to Texas.
Oh,
And
wow.
it just proved to me that following that truth is always the right move, because as soon as I got here, it's been like seamless alignment and friends and community in
Mm.
that house and business clarity and so many things dropping into place. And I think that's
Mhm.
a big part of the way that I operate is always just realigning, checking, being with your dharma, being with your truth, even when it's
Mm.
inconvenient or hard to do that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of guts to be like, I'm gonna follow what my intuition is saying and like go for it. And it's crazy how everything always falls into place when we do that, for sure.
Yeah, and I can say that's really how I've built a multi-million dollar company. It's been those one of those decisions after another. And I'll share because it's
Mhm.
relevant to, today as we're talking. Just last week, I got another like penny drop of we're sundowning our evergreen masterminds, which are Sapphire and
Mm.
Diamond that have run for years and have made millions of dollars and have helped hundreds of people grow their businesses. And it just, the penny drop, the thing shift. And I was like, this has been amazing. And it's no longer the path to
Mm.
our next level. And it's super inconvenient, but it's the truth. And like already with like putting that, I think the time frame of me realizing that that needed to happen and then actually informing everyone on my team and then clients in
Mm.
the world was like 72 hours.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's like, you ripped the band-aid right off of that one. I'm like, yep, just like it is the thing. And I know myself very well by now.
Yes, I love that. Wow, that's such a shift. But when you know, you just know, right?
Yeah.
I love it. And I also know you're an author. You wrote your book, Becoming Self-Made. Oh my gosh. Like, tell us all about that process.
Yeah, birthing a book. I mean, I knew I always wanted to become an author. And
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of ties in a similar theme around like why I've shut down the live masterminds.
Hmm.
Just that I designed a certain part of my business to be really passive heavy and to be really maximizing of my time and energy in order to write the book.
Hmm.
So I saw that change. I knew that that project was going to come through. I knew I was going to need to set my business model up to give me lots of spaciousness to be able to write. And that's what
Hmm.
we did. And I banged that thing out in 3 months. And I love saying this
Wow.
because I thought when I went to start to write the book, like, oh, it's going to be years. It's going to be this really long journey. Everyone makes it, oh my God, I'm writing my book and it's taking forever and I'm like struggling with it. I just didn't buy that story. I'm like, I'm not going to struggle. And you can write a book
Mm.
in way less time than you think you can. I just wrote a couple times a week for those 3 months. And then I had a really good publishing agency that supported me. Yeah,
Mm.
the real theme is like you don't do your book alone. Like you don't write it alone, you don't edit
Mm.
it alone, you don't come up with the idea alone, you don't market it alone. Like none of this. This is a team effort. So for any aspiring
Yeah.
authors out there, know you can do it in less time than you think. Know it doesn't have to be a struggle, and know that you got to
Mm.
choose the support to get it out quickly. So yeah, from idea to birthing in June 2022, it was like 9 months. And yeah, and I
Wow.
recommend everyone check it out. It's really the behind the scenes of both the emotional, energetic, as well as the strategic
Mhm.
development of my, currently multi-million dollar business from scratch. Like I did not think I could be an entrepreneur. I didn't know anything about starting an online business. I had no experience. I was all corporate before this. I was a yogi. And it was like, who did I have to become as my identity? What did I have to
Mm.
believe? And what experiences did I have to be able to create the business I have now?
Yes. Oh my God. Like, we are so aligned right now. Like, I love when you said that you didn't buy the story that writing a book was going to be so long. Like, I just wrote a post about that, that I'm like choosing a better story, right? Because we all have those beliefs in our identity of like, okay, this is going to take X amount of time, or it's going to take X amount of work to reach X amount of goals. So, talk to us about that more. Like, how do you decide which story to buy in, and how do you decide to like pivot and shift that?
Oof, that's such a good question. I really am of the belief that, I don't believe that changing a belief can be done with this, like, you just see your energy healer and then it's absolved.
Mm,
Or you do EFT,
yeah.
or there's this thing outside of you or a person outside of you who has the answer and a process to do it. It's simply a belief as a thought we're choosing to think over and over and to collect evidence for. And we are the only
Mm.
person who can change our mind and change our belief systems. And all that's required is to recognize what's going on, choose a different thought, and then slowly start to look for evidence of that new thought being true. And it's your job. I
Mm.
always tell my clients this, like, it's your job to convince yourself that your business can be different, or that you could make more money, or that you could show up more powerfully. It's not my job. It's not anyone else's job to
Mm.
do that. And I think there's, yeah, I mean, that's a whole sidebar. If there's like a subtle disempowerment sometimes in the way we can use spiritual practices to be like, oh, I'm just like praying, I'm surrendering and praying for this to be done, or I'm going to outsource this to my healer who's going to do it for me. It's like, no, we
Mhm.
change our beliefs one thought at a time, one day at a time,
Mm.
and we stay committed to our agency over that.
Yes. Oh, so true. Amen. Yeah, I love it. You got to put in that work. Like, no one's going to do it for you. And sometimes I see that happening a lot online. Like, we think that are, some people I see, they go and they hire a coach and they think that coach is going to fix them or solve anything for them. Like,
Mhm.
we're there to support, but like, damn, we got to do this all for you. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah, yep, yep.
I love it. So I ask this to everyone who comes on the show, and I cannot wait to hear. For you, what does it mean to be a powerful leader?
Mm. I think I would like to think that I demonstrated that this week with my, and like, very frequently with my team, and the most like behind the scenes, behind the
Mhm.
curtain, like the raw day to day of running the business. And is that what is true? What is aligned? What is the most honest move for us to be making, and really deeply honoring that in myself gives my, I mean, even my team who, we're notified like, hey, this position is going to end on this date now that we're ending this program and thereby ending your role in it. Even those people on my team were like, it is such an honor not only to have worked with for you for like 2 to 3 years, but like
Mm.
to see you in this process of how clear you are about moving in a direction that is true for you in the business. Like, that inspires me. And like,
Mm.
they said that, I was like, that's just, it's, I find that to be so true, that we give permission to others when we do that for ourselves in a really deep way. And I know that people on my team have really like catalyzed their businesses and grown very quickly in very different ways and with very different structures, and have been
Mhm.
able to make radical changes in their lives and their businesses, existing within our field of permission, where we are doing that always in the greater good. So I think that's one of the ways that we're a very powerful leader. And I think the other one is, people in my world have said that they've learned a lot just by watching me coach, or watching how I run my programs, in addition to the actual coaching they receive, because I have such strong boundaries around like my energy and what I'm available for. And, you know, the contract is the contract, and the, no, you cannot reach out to me on this channel, and no, you cannot do this, and no, that doesn't exist, or that's not part of your program, or like loving but firm and clear about, this is what I provide. I know it's world class, and I know it's enough. It's being a powerful leader. It's showing people also how to lead from that space of not over giving and not people pleasing and not letting others stomp all over us, and being in our truth. And that's not easy to do, and it comes with being able to have difficult conversations with people. It means being able to hold other people's emotions, my emotions, etc. And that's been
Mhm.
a big journey. I know like scaling my business would not have been possible without that equal investment in my energetic and emotional bandwidth to hold
Mm.
boundaries and make those kind of decisions.
Yeah. Wow. That's wow. Like you said it perfectly, to be honest. And, like you being self made by like 31, like a lot must have happened, for that to happen. And what do you think, like, is your next level now? Like, what are you working on? Like, what is your next level vision?
Hmm. Yeah, we're definitely leaning a lot more into Well, number one, now that I don't live in Bali, I have this beautiful investment property there that was my home
Mm-hmm.
for many years, and now it's being rented out. And like the level of having a full other diversified business and like another income stream that is completely passive now has been such
Mm-hmm.
like a nervous system recalibration to receive that and to have that just like running all the time for the indefinite future is
Mm-hmm.
has been really great. And that's had me really lean more and more into the passive part of our business. I've had courses and memberships and funnels and ads and this piece in place for a while, like prior to the book, as we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a place where I don't really want to be running live programs. I won't do them that often. It's going to be a lot more of it being an online educator and having products
Mm-hmm.
that teach about messaging and teach about course sales and teach about how I do the things that I do and how to grow, $1 million business for yourself that is 100% scalable and leveraged and no longer requires a fixed amount of my time or energy to go into it. And that really excites me, seeing how can we scale that? How can I take the time and energy that we're going into some of my live programs and things that
Mm-hmm.
were good and worked in the past but weren't like the future of the business, and reallocating that energy into this part and seeing how it will grow. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also dabbling in I have a software company that's being birthed that is going to be a tool for online content creators to optimize the process of their content creation. And I teach it in some of my courses, but it's a methodology that could actually be put into a software. So we're currently developing that.
Ooh, that sounds juicy. I can't wait to hear more for sure.
And just like resting in this place of more satiation. I think a lot of the
Yeah.
industry is really burnt out of the conversation around more money every single month, grow, 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 and everything is a
Mm,
benchmark and a number. And I played that game for a brief period of time, and our business is done super well, like mostly 100K months for like the last several years. But like I'm no longer interested in playing that game or leading with
mm,
that message. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna just continue to grow financially, whatever. That's not the main focus. The main focus is doing it in a way that my lifestyle
mm,
is a priority, and it always has been, and my time and my energy going into things that really light me up creatively, and getting to take extended periods of time like completely offline and having my team run things and just being with my community here in Austin that I'm developing. Like that has been a big
mm.
flavor already in my life, and I'm ready to just double down on that being the real vibration of the company and what we're bringing out to the world.
Yes, I love that. Ah, so good. So, what would you tell like someone who's looking to do the same, be less hands off and like less lives? Like what would you say is like the first step, or like what's something you can tell them to point them in the right direction?
Yeah. Well, number one, we're running a masterclass about this on
Oh,
March.
perfect.
We'll talk more about that. It's called the Spaciousness Masterclass, where I'll thoroughly answer that question and lay out the whole.
Amazing.
And people, by the way, if you're listening to this in the future, any of my master classes, you can just go online and watch after the fact. The
Mhm.
key is like number one, seeing that vision for yourself and making the decision the same way you just decided, I'm not going to make this book a struggle, is the same way you
Mm,
decide, I'm not going to build a business that involves me constantly exchanging time for money in this linear equation. Like I see how other people are doing it. You see the
mhm,
models and you're choosing actively into that. And then the second thing is really being able to hold the bandwidth of that's not something that happens overnight. You gotta get this
mm,
instant gratification bug out of your system. If it exists there, it exists for a lot of people in this day and age
mhm,
industry. People the people look at a coaching business somehow, and I don't understand this, different than a startup. A startup founder is looking at like a 2 to 10 year time frame minimum and is holding a lot of space for the development of the product and the team and what needs to be put into place to become profitable long term. Coaches are just out here like, how can I make 10K and I just started? It's like That's not how a business really works. And it's not to say
Mhm.
that, I have a lot of clients that do monetize very quickly and turn over great results in a short amount of time, but they're usually the
Mhm.
people who have the 2 to 10 year vision and are like, I'm here to learn the marketing, I'm here to learn the models, and I'm going to hold the space for
Mm.
myself to develop this intentionally the right way with a mentor over time, put the pieces into place, and then know that that's going to have a very concrete ROI for years and years to come. So I think if there's
Mm.
that really gets in the way. People who are like, I need it now, I need it yesterday, snappy finger energy. That's not how you build a business that's more passive long term.
Thank you for saying that because it's so true. I see it all the time.
Oh my God, I need to go live and say that piece.
Yes. I love it. Awesome. So, do you have, any last piece of wisdom, anything you really like to share today with our audience?
I think this piece around perseverance and grit.
Mm.
It's so much, I'm all for the feminine, components in business. I'm very tapped into my feminine energy. I feel my body as I grow my business. I do all of that work. But again, we
Mhm.
don't need to like overprove the point. We can be more integrated now. And it takes grit, it takes follow through to grow a business. And one of the biggest values I know I bring to my clients is when they're having a moment where they feel like it's just not working, instead of questioning everything and throwing things out and starting over, or changing their niche, or feeling like that means that they're not going to be a successful entrepreneur, or starting to feel resentful about, well, maybe I just don't need to be a millionaire and I just won't have that, or going into any of that space, we just
Mm.
normalize it. We tweak like one tiny thing and then we're like, keep going. And very often the answer is keep going. Few friends and I who all have very successful businesses were laughing the other night in Austin because we're talking about the nature of growing an online business. And we're like, you know what it's
Mhm.
like? You promote, you promote, you promote. No one's buying. What do? Oh, you keep promoting the product. You keep talking. You keep going. No one's buying. Keep going. Keep promoting. Keep going. Oh, a couple people buy. Great. Keep promoting. Keep promoting. No one's buying again. Keep promoting. Keep promoting. Then you hit some vibes, some momentum, and then you hire people to promote for you, and then it's their job to just keep promoting, keep promoting, keep promoting, no matter what. People aren't buying, keep promoting. Like just that level of seeing the bigger picture, keeping on the track, and consistently. I think there's been so many times where I've launched a program or something that, the initial ones, 4 people joined, or, we didn't make a lot of money on the first rounds of things, but
Mhm.
I could have stopped then and I didn't. And that's why I'm sitting here where I am. And anyone who's made it, that's the reason they made it. They were just the people who didn't give up.
Yes. Don't give up, queen.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Quiet ladies.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now I know people will want to go follow you, check you out, check out your services. So where can they go to do that?
Yeah, come follow me on Instagram at Hey Elaina Ray, and send me a DM and say that you listened to this podcast. And like, if you got a takeaway or something, just tell me what the takeaway was. I would love to know that and interact with you. I still answer my messages there myself. And as far as free resources that you probably want to check out, my sought after training is the best free training that we have, that breaks down for you how to communicate online in a way that makes people understand the value of what you do, especially if you have a service, and especially if it's something that's
Mm,
a little bit more quote unquote intangible. We're
mhm,
really, really good at the messaging around that. The other resource you can check out is our spaciousness masterclass. I talked a lot today about, the passive income and
mhm,
creating a business that's not time and money, linear equation type of a model. And that masterclass, whether you join us live or whether you watch it later, goes into the details of, this is how I set up my business to do that. And these are the stages of that. And here's how you can create the same thing for yourself if your values are really around that time and lifestyle freedom, but you also have the grit to like put the work in to
yes.
create it for yourself. Those are the best ways to get a flavor of what we do.
Amazing. Go check it
Buy the
out.
book, and buy the book on Amazon, Becoming
Yes.
Self-Made.
Yes, go buy the book. You're awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.